So, Till Death is a mystery horror that came out a few days ago. So, it is available to rent on Amazon Prime, starring Megan Fox. So, I would say this definitely gives me Gerald's Game vibes, as well as The Invisible Man, Sleeping with the Enemy, Enough, those sorts of domestic abuse movies, but it isn't actually a domestic abuse movie. Well, it has those themes in it, but it's really a unique concept. It's basically Megan Fox is in a toxic, abusive marriage, and one day her husband takes her to this remote lake house and she thinks that he wants to work on their marriage, but actually, what happens is he shoots himself and chains himself, handcuffs himself to her, so she is literally stuck, chained to his dead body. And then he hires some hired assassins to come kill her, and she has to find out how to survive. And it is a really interesting concept. And let me just say that Megan Fox is a definitely underappreciated actress. She gets typecast in the hot girl role where people think, oh, she's attractive, so she can't act. But that isn't true. I actually thought she was a really perfect fit for this role, and she did a really good job. So, the first act of the movie is fairly slow. It gets you acquainted with the characters, it fills you with a sense of dread and foreboding. And the guy, I forget his name, that plays the husband, even though he doesn't actually do anything that is abusive, you can just tell that he isn't a good guy. He gives off this really evil, creepy vibe. So I guess the casting for this was really good. So I really liked Megan Fox's character. I felt like she was somebody who was really calm and sassy, and I really enjoyed her performance. And she made a lot of really, really smart decisions in this movie, like using her wedding gown, which her husband had left there, to psychologically torture her. So she used the gown to drag his body down the stairs to help move him easier, and she just continually made really smart decisions like that. And I think the use of sound in this movie was really good. You could hear the wind whistling in the background, which really added to the tension. And the cinematography in general, I was quite impressed by. I thought that just using the sheer beauty of nature, the backdrop of all the snow, it was really a low budget movie, you could tell, but it definitely didn't feel low budget because they just did such a good job. So one thing that I really enjoyed about this movie was that it showed just how important it is to have a good script, to have a good story and good actors over CGI and special effects. There is no special effects or CGI in this movie. There's no political messaging, there's no sequels, there's none of that. It's just a simple, refreshing, standalone movie, and we're not really getting a lot of those these days. It's a movie you can just go to and escape for a few hours, and it's only an hour and a half. It's a fairly short movie. It doesn't overplay its hand, it knows what it is, it gets to the point. And one thing I also thought was really well done was the character of the husband. I have to admit, as evil as he was a really smart guy. The way that he set it up in the house, I don't want to give away spoilers, but the things that he does, the lengths that he goes to keep Megan's character trapped in the house and defenseless, it was really impressive. It sort of made me think that this guy was probably like Kevin McAllister, from Home Alone when he was a little kid, if he had grown up and made his way to being an old man. He probably would have been like the Jigsaw killer from Saw. He was really into the elaborate thinking, the traps, and it was really quite enjoyable to watch. So overall, I would give this movie an A. So if you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please subscribe, like, all of that. It really helps to promote my video. Thanks, guys.